Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm your Game Master, Kyle.
Hey.
Hi, Austin.
Hi.
Hi, I'll see you guys again.
That's Austin. I'm Todd.
Corey.
Tonight we're playing ACHTUNG Cthulhu, a 2D20 game from Odysseus. If you're like, I know ACHTUNG and I know Cthulhu, but I've never had that peanut butter and chocolate before. This is a World War II pulp action game in which it posits that the Nazis are using Mythosian magic to do bad stuff.
Which they did do a lot of occult shit, so it's...
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to get the Ark of the Covenant.
Well,
I've seen the documentary. No, in real life, the SS, as headed by Heinrich Himmler, were into all sorts of weird occult stuff. They had these plans to set up these pseudo-medieval villages in the new Lebensraum, in basically Poland.
yeah, they tried to give Hitler Horcruxes.
Probably.
Yeah.
They turned people into werewolves.
Oh, that's definitely true. But yeah, this posits that the Nazis are using evil dark magic to try to defeat the Allies, and the player characters are the Nazis. No, the player characters
Oh, no.
are, in this case, tonight's game, they're part of Section M of the British Special Service.
What's M stand for?
Magic. I don't know.
Cool.
I have no idea, actually.
It stands for Modiphius, who created this game.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, Section Modiphius. Yeah, it's the British Special Anti-Magic Service or what have you. It's basically the guys from Hellboy, in the World War II prologue.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a special division called MI Demon.
Yeah, the good Hellboy, I should specify. So what characters are you guys playing? Austin, you seem very excited tonight, so who are you playing?
I am excited.
What do you got to be happy
I
about?
love Lovecraft stories. I am Private Dan Gregg.
Yeah, these are pre-made characters,
Yeah,
too.
these are pre-generated.
He's a genius mechanic from the American military. Got quite a few mafia connections back in the old
Great.
city, and he's a sneaky fucker. Knows a lot about engines.
All right.
Typical American.
Corey, who are you playing?
I'm playing Corporal Sarah Walker. She's an Australian. Here's a word I discovered the other day. Antipodian. Is that how you pronounce it? Kyle, you would know.
Antipodian, yeah.
Yeah, it means Australian. I don't understand where that comes
It
from.
means Australian?
Yeah, or pertaining to Australia. Gonna learn a little something here on the old Bastard Quest today, motherfuckers.
Yeah, relating to Australia or New Zealand,
What does that mean?
used by inhabitants of the Northern Hemisphere. I don't know.
Oh, so only us up here call them Antipodian.
Because they're on the other side of the earth from Britain. Yeah, okay, that that makes sense.
Sounds
I've heard the word
kind of
Antipodians
dehumanizing,
before.
actually, if you think about
Bizarro Britain.
it.
Yeah, the Greek anti meaning against, podus, foot, antipodus having the feet opposite.
Wait, their feet are turned the other way?
Everything's backwards.
I know their toilets go the wrong way, but
Yeah.
So this is quickly sounding like this
Yeah.
is not a good term.
Late Middle English via French or Latin from Greek antipodes meaning the inhabitants of the opposite sides of the earth. So that would make sense. Australians, antipodes.
Well, if that's
Antipodian.
if it's a slur, I'm sorry.
Well, it wouldn't be a Lovecraft story without some racism.
That's true.
Well, that's true.
I mean, the Australians, they're fine. They get to live in Australia. They'll be okay, the filthy Antipodians.
Jesus. But anyway, Sarah's an Antipodian. She's a deadly commando, and she's got a dog.
what's the dog's name?
Well, I named it after one of our Patreon subscribers. It had a name, but I'm not doing that shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm not giving him his shelter name. The dog's name is Operly, after Patreon subscriber Derek Operly. Derek, thank you. You're now a dog.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think there will be one or two other Patreon people show up as NPCs.
Get what you pay for.
One of them is definitely a bad guy, and I'm sorry.
He's not.
You're a Nazi now. Subscribe to Bastard Quest. That's patreon.com/Bastard Quest, and we'll make you the worst people on earth.
And if they want to get into it, they can go to Trump.com to get their armband.
Oh, God.
Todd, who are you playing?
I am Sven Nielsen.
Here. Okay. Where's he from?
Sven is from Norway.
No way.
He's a resistance leader. And Norway was the happiest country in the world until the Black Sun.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Like Swedish.
Damn it.
It's like Swedish chef mixed with, I don't know.
I'm never going to make a
Gold-
character that's the favorite.
Gold
of this
member
game.
meets the Swedish chef. Todd, when Todd goes European, watch out.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
I have plenty of spells.
Oh, yeah, you're a magical.
I'm a rune weaver.
Yeah. Todd is a sorcerer. I get. Well, Rune Weaver is the name they use, but yeah, he uses magic.
I have killed many Black Sun. I have killed them and I hung them in a tree.
Yeah. So the Black Sun in this game is the foremost cult in the Nazi ranks. So in case you're wondering, we're playing a quick trip to France. This is the ACHTUNG Cthulhu quick start adventure that they released some time ago. It came out before the actual rules of the game.
Yeah, like the year after the war.
Yeah, came out in 1946. This is available online if you want to go. You can download it for free. They give
Oh,
you
really?
The quick start rules.
I think what you mean to say, it costs us a whole lot of money, so please subscribe to our Patreon.
Well, I do have the
Our
actual
children
books,
are so hungry.
which did cost a fair amount.
Oh, okay.
But these were free.
So wait, what year is this set in?
I believe 1942 is
Okay.
is this adventure. America's in the war.
Australia, too.
Australia too. Yeah, well, Australia started the war in 1939, so Australia's definitely.
They started the whole thing.
They started it. They invaded Poland.
It'd be a long trip to...
They were anti-Polian.
It's Napoleon. The rules of the game, if you listen to our Dune series, they're very similar. They're both 2D20 systems. And by that I mean, when a character wants to complete an action, the GM will give them a difficulty number. They're going to roll 2 20-sided dice. They want to roll low.
It's under a number that you provide for us, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Like, so a character, let's say you're going to punch some dude. They'll take their strength and their fighting skill. They'll add those together. Like, let's say their strength is 6 and their fighting is 5. They take those, add them together, get an 11. So on their 2d20 dice, they're going to want to roll under an 11.
So just like Dune, that
Yes.
difficulty number comes from 2 of the characteristic features of our actual characters.
That's right. Just rolling under the target number is worth 1 success. If you roll a 1, that's a crit, that's worth 2. If you have a specialty for the skill, like say you had fighting and your specialty was punching and you punch somebody, if your fighting was 5, if you roll under a 5, you crit. So any roll under a 5 would then be worth 2. And the difficulties can scale up to 5.
And 20s are bad, too, right?
20s are bad. 20s make it's a complication.
Make call mean.
They make, yeah. So the barest thing is that they give me threat, which is a currency, a game currency I can spend.
Oh, yeah,
to
and we have
screw these guys.
momentum like in Dune as well, which are just these little tablets.
If the players really want to succeed on something, they can spend momentum that they've accumulated. They're just a meta currency for the game.
Wait, they're an NFT?
Give
yeah.
yourself extra dice for your roll.
Basically, extra dice is the core. There's some other stuff you can do, but the core thing is, hey, I want to roll more than 2 dice. I'm going to grab a momentum and roll 3. And there's other abilities, I'm sure, in the game. I'm sure there are talents that give you extra dice and stuff like that. But
Yep. Yeah, because we all have our special skills as well. And I've got extra ones because I got a dog old Operly.
That's right.
Sven can summon the hammer of Thor.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Sven has magic. Corey has a dog, or Sarah has a dog.
My dog is also from Norway.
Right. Greg has, I guess,
I've got some tools.
a box of tools.
Hey, Hammery.
And a Bruce Springsteen CD.
So, with it functioning a lot like Dune, there are some additional kind of modifying rules that are added in. Where Dune was pretty abstract in terms of like character health and stuff like that, our characters have what's called stress. Now, this is
Yeah,
not the
because
same.
Dune wasn't that much of a fighting game.
No.
Yeah.
Whereas this, we're probably going to get into some fisticuffs.
Yeah, this is a very
Yeah.
pulpy, action-based kind of Lovecraft universe.
Well, you don't set a game in the Second World War and then make it about the niceties of social debate.
Yeah.
Let's do this game, but with the Jane Austen rules.
Oh, Obergruppenführer Heinrich will not return my love.
Holocaust, bad.
Can't wait to read those letters.
Bell, get out of here.
So, in place of like just general health or sanity, our characters have a single stress meter, and attacks can come in the form of physical or mental. And when that fills up, we take on injuries. If we get enough injuries, we can actually be incapacitated or killed.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with the Cthulhu mythos...
There's going to be lots of mental damage.
Yeah. Mental damage in this is not necessarily being traumatized, though that could be the case from mundane events. It's being traumatized by some eldritch being that's breaking the boundaries of reality and entering our world through somebody's stomach. Yeah, it's messed up, jacked up stuff, right? So, yeah, players going insane, characters going insane, maybe players going insane. I don't know. Is a possibility.
I was about to say we're halfway there.
They just finished Alien, so they're all
by the time I'm
gun-shy.
60, I'm gonna be locked up in a room, just like speaking in bell and cham voices.
60. My goal is
what
to
is
have you
wrong?
there by like the late 40s.
We're getting there.
So in addition to the D20 that we'll be rolling for actions, we've also got collection of modifier dice. Yeah, challenge die. That can have varying effects on the actions we try to undertake.
Yeah, these are mostly going to be used for the effects of weapons and spells. I think is the main utility.
Also kind of tells you how much stress gets inflicted on something in terms of like damage.
Right.
Like if I shoot you with a 1911, Kyle, depending on the die roll, it can give you a certain amount of stress, which is a fair understatement.
They tend to do that.
I feel like I would be very stressed. So for example, let's I'll just flip through the book here. The Black Sun Trooper has a Luger P08 9mm. It's a close range handgun, and it has 4 challenge dice that damage. So you roll those 4 dice. Results of 1 and 2 are 1 and 2, so that'd be 1 or 2 stress. 5 and 6 are each worth 1, but they also have an effect. So the Luger has Vicious, which has a specific in-game effect. I think it does slightly more damage, but so if you roll a 5 or a 6, that triggers the effect of the weapon.
And 3 or 4 is nothing.
Yeah, 3 or 4 is just ignored. And certain weapons, like that's just a pistol. It's pretty basic. The more exotic...
Sven has a bowl.
A bowl?
I was talking about maybe like, the more like magic tech stuff, a little more exotic. But
He's talking about his haircut.
Sure, bow and arrow, Sven. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
That's the core of the rules.
So we've got various talents and equipment that'll kind of modify the rolls we make, but that stuff will come up kind of as we encounter it.
Yeah, they got a lot of guns. Because, they're in World War II.
Yeah, my character's fucking packing.
Yeah, what are you carrying?
He's got a thumb knife. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know.
It's a
Sounds
knife
cool.
with a thumb on it.
Just flip it as just a thumb.
He's got a 1911 45 pistol, Tommy gun, and 1.5 pounds of demolition charge.
And knowing Austin, he's going to blow his goddamn arm off with that shit.
What weapons does Sarah have in addition to the dog?
She's got a Thompson machine gun, an infield service revolver, a trench knife, and a boomerang, which honestly, is pretty antipodian when you think about it.
Let's see. Sven has a bowl.
Does Finn have a bob haircut, like a very blonde, like bob?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I picture him looking like Prince Valium in Spaceballs, but a little chunkier.
It's very close. He has a Well-Rod MK2A pistol, Mills bomb.
Because the magic guy definitely needs bombs.
Yes.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still World War II.
Yeah.
All right, so we know what you guys have. Are you ready for a quick trip to France?
Nope.
Probably not, but let's go.
You are surveying the darkened French countryside from the open door of an airplane. For most of your flight over France, it has been cloudy and still. Once you entered the Rennes area, however, the wind picked up, accompanied by heavy rain and thunderous clouds. The airman by the door is making final checks, compensating for the sudden onset of the storm that's been brewing since you entered this area. When he seems satisfied, he nods in your direction. Holding up a hand with 3 outstretched fingers, the airman mouths the words, 3 minutes to drop. You have been dispatched here. Response to a coded message. A Section M agent, codenamed Dallas, located southwest of Rennes. His message was cut off mid-transmission, but seemed to contain a dire warning about a Black Sun master. Section M has sent your team to find out more. Your orders are simple. Find Dallas, investigate the Black Sun activity, and eliminate any immediate threats. If Dallas is alive, you may find him northeast of the village where the Resistance have safe houses. You'll use a code phrase to identify him. He'll ask in English for a cigarette. You're to respond, I only have lucky strikes. His report that put you on a plane over occupied France was simple. Standartenführer Roscoff Smythe spotted in a village. Lorries of gear arriving. Black Sun presence in village of St. Sulak. Garrison, and then it cut off. Evidently, the name of this Black Sun officer was enough to warrant throwing your team together and sending you across the channel in the dead of night, hopefully flying low enough to evade German anti-aircraft guns. As you are recalling these events, the light turns green and you line up ready to jump from the plane. You look out of the open side door, you can see dark clouds, hear the resonating thunder, and then the sudden flash of lighting. The rain almost obscures your vision at this height, and something about this storm feels wrong. It's too sudden, no warning, and dark clouds seem to have coalesced directly over the village, and only there. Before you can ponder this strange occurrence, the airman signals the first drop. The storm is playing havoc with the plane's instruments, and they need to clear the area as soon as possible.
Could you read that again?
No. So, you guys jump out of a plane, a perfectly good, flyable RAF plane. You need to make an agility plus an athletics test.
Oh.
Difficulty 1.
Do I have to do that for my dog as well?
No, I'm not going to be mean to the dog.
Oh my God, does he have a little
He's
parachute on?
Yeah.
Fucking
No, he
shit.
would
We're going
actually-
to sell some plush toys.
I believe the way they do combat drops with dogs and like certain special forces units, and I believe they have like the dog like strapped to their chest.
Okay.
And they'll have like something over its face so it can't see that it's being thrown out of a plane.
Well, probably good. Like one of those baby wraps.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking
it's
about?
like an ergo baby.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you're gonna roll 2d20, trying to get under your agility plus your athletics. Difficulty 1. So Corey,
Yeah.
ready?
Sure.
Ready to roll?
My agility is 10. My
Okay.
athletics is 3. So
Okay.
I'm rolling 2d20, right? And I got to get under a 13.
You're trying to roll under a 13, yeah.
Okay. Do I have to get both of them or?
No, it's just difficulty 1. So you just need one success.
Okay.
You just need one roll under a 13.
Got a 3 and a 16.
Okay. You don't have any focuses for your athletics, do you? It should say in parentheses next to it.
No, I do not. No.
Okay. So how many successes did you get?
1.
Okay.
So that means the dog is dead, right?
The dog's dead. No, it means you're fine. Todd, what about you? What's your agility plus athletics?
Sven's agility is 7, and he has no athletic skills.
I'm in the same boat with you there.
Awesome. So you need to roll under a 7.
A 1 and a 10.
Ooh, very
Wow.
good.
Well, double successes. So, or
And
well,
a
no.
one
No,
is
just
like
one
trip-
success.
But that's a crit.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So
we take a momentum.
Yeah, you can throw some momentum down there. Or if you wanted to spend it to acquire formation, you could check to see if you see anything while you're falling from the sky.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend that
Removing the
momentum.
momentum.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can always spend a momentum in this game and in Dune to ask the GM a question. If for some reason I can't answer it, he gets the momentum back.
Ask Kyle what his greatest fear is.
I would have to say bears.
Yeah, wise.
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah, so as Sven is parachuting down to the ground, he's able to survey the area. He's very smart. He's very observant. He's also magical. So, is there anything he sees that might be of use for the team?
So Sven is sensitive to the strange energies of the arcane. He feels a strange vibration that rattles his teeth. Skin breaks out cold and clammy, and for a moment, he just has this feeling of magical energies coalescing around this chateau in the center of the village. On the sides of the chateau, there are 2 huge red and black Nazi banners snapping in the breeze.
And it's glowing.
It's glowing. There's a big red arrow that says, here, here.
Honestly, kind of shocked you guys didn't see this.
What? We're jumping out of an airplane.
Sarah passes you and you just hear a dog going, Austin, you ready to jump out of a plane?
Yeah. So I also have no athletics, but I do have an agility of 8.
What could go wrong?
Well, it's me rolling, so let's see. Well, I rolled an 11 and a 12.
Well, that's bad.
Man, if your goal was 13, those would have been great.
This is a good time to introduce this mechanic.
You already introduced your mechanic.
Yeah. Each of the characters has fortune, which they can spend 3 of per session. They regenerate at the beginning of each session, correct?
Well, technically, it's each adventure.
Oh, okay. So then we've got 3 for the whole adventure.
Yeah,
So
for the
I'll
whole
go
That
ahead.
we share?
No.
Okay.
Three apiece.
We eat. Okay.
So then I'll spend one of my fortune to.
I mean, I would discourage you from doing that
oh, how come?
because you're not going to die. You're going to be.
Yeah, you're just gonna lose a couple.
You're just going to lose a couple limbs. Like, it's not going to be a severe outcome, and fortune are really important. But if you want to do it, you live your truth. Don't worry, you're going to get to the ground.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Private Dan Gregg, genius mechanic, has a talent of rigging, and when you attempt a skill test to repair a machine, which I think a parachute is the simplest of machines.
I guess technically it's a machine. We might be stretching mechanic quite far.
Yeah.
You may generate 2 threat to reduce the difficulty of that test by 1 to a minimum of 0. So what I'll say is that Dan Gregg pulls the ripcord to his parachute and nothing happens. And so he takes his kind of combat knife, just cuts the pack open so that the parachute can still fly free.
And you're giving me threat for this.
2 threat.
I'll allow it.
I figured you might.
Here we fucking go.
I've got 8.
Jesus, how did you have so many to begin with?
I start with 2 per player.
Well, you didn't tell us this. I would have never agreed to play this fucking game. God damn it, I hate everything about this fucking podcast. I don't even like games. Not even fucking solitaire.
Next
Always
week,
lose and it hurts.
next week we're playing backgammon.
Yeah, sounds better.
It's going to be amazing audio. So the 3 of you land, get your bearings in the darkness of the French countryside. You're in a tree line next to a road. The terrain is unfamiliar. You do have a basic map of the region, outlining Saint-Sulac, the chateau, where you believe Dallas may be hiding, and other resistance strongholds.
In the Nazi house?
You don't think he would be hiding in the Nazi house.
Okay. Wise.
But,
But
whatever.
Sven knows where the Nazi house is.
I assume Sven communicated this to us upon landing.
So, Mr. Gregg and Miss Sarah, on the way down, I saw a Nazi house. It's a house with, it has Nazis.
Oh, well, that's amazing to me that we would run into something like that here.
I'm just telling you, it had a really freaky energy coming off of it. Like, not just Nazi energy, but something else.
And you're like the weird kid, right?
I'm a rune weaver.
Okay, that's
I'm
what I
descended.
said.
I am descended from Vikings.
I've got a dog.
So we're looking for this Nazi Ross Smythe.
Roscoff Smythe.
Roscoff. Named after another one of our Patreon subscribers,
Yeah.
Ross Smith. Thank you, Ross. You're now a Nazi.
Hey, you're not just any Nazi. You're an SS colonel.
You're a good one.
You're the best Nazi.
So then looking around, the village is kind of in what direction from us? We landed on a path.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You guys are near a road, a dirt road. The village is vaguely east. You believe Dallas may be holed up in some resistance safe houses to the northeast.
Do we know by the map we have where his house is in relation to the Nazi house?
You have a general idea of where he's supposed to be.
Is it like closer, or do we have to bypass the Nazi house to get there?
You definitely could get to where he is without going past the chateau.
It sounds like the first order of business here is to see if we can meet up with this agent Dallas at the safe house outside of the village, and then maybe make a trek into the village later and see what we can find.
All right, Dan. I've got a dog.
Okay, so you guys need to make a reason plus a survival test to find your direction appropriately. So does anybody have survival? That's the first question.
Sven has survival.
Okay, so
My dog has survival.
does he really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I do checks via dog?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, Sven, you probably better.
Reason plus survival.
Reason plus survival for Operly is 7. Sven, what do you got going on?
Sven has an 8 for reason and a 1 for survival, so it's a 9.
You know what? You're doing better than a dog.
Yeah. So now, so this is not an individual test, as jumping out of a plane was. So essentially, Sven is leading the group. Now, this is difficulty 3 because you're in an unfamiliar part of France at night in a thunderstorm, trying to navigate to some places that you've been told about. So I would recommend that Greg and Sarah assist Sven.
Okay.
Did we talk about assists?
I
at the beginning of the
don't know.
So essentially, you can assist another player. You roll a relevant attribute and skill. It doesn't have to be the one they're rolling.
Okay.
So if they roll at least one success, they give you, or no, they give you the successes they roll. And if you roll at least one success on your test, you get to count all of them when they assist you.
And we can pick whatever attribute we want?
Well, it has to be relevant to what's going on.
Okay.
Like, you couldn't be like, I shoot the sky to
But
help
it's just
us
one.
navigate.
We're not doing like a combination of
It's always an attribute plus a skill.
Okay, gotcha.
Every roll is generally going to be an attribute plus a skill.
Sarah's going to do her coordination, which I think applies,
Okay.
and her tactics, which I think is also applicable.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, map reading from tactics?
Sure.
Okay. Austin, do you have any ideas for... Does Greg have any applicability to the situation?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to roll with Dan's reason plus his observation.
Yeah. So what is your target number, Austin?
13.
Okay. And you got... you rolled 2d20.
Rolled a 5.
And what was the other one?
A 10.
Okay. So, Todd, that's one success.
Oh, actually.
Oh, that's 2 successes.
That's 2.
Yeah, that's 2
Yeah.
successes. Sorry, I'm not used to making
Man,
successes.
these numbers are crazy. They go up and down. It's all over the place. Hey!
Magnets. How do they work? That was a musical reference.
Yeah, good job.
Corey, what's your target number?
Sarah's coordination is 9. Her tactics is 3, so a 12.
Jeez, that's good. Do you have any focuses?
She's Antipodean.
Do you have any focuses on your tactics?
Battlefield tactics.
Wouldn't really apply because this is not
a
a
village.
battlefield yet.
Yeah.
It will be later, probably.
It's fitting, baby. 2 failures, 18 and a 14.
Ooh. That 18 was almost a fun failure.
Yeah. So basically, Todd has to get 2 successes now.
He's just got to get 1.
He just needs one.
Oh, okay, cool.
He needs
I rolled
one.
2.
Yeah, as long as he gets one, he can count Austin's with him.
Right on. Todd, you can do it.
So, Todd, what's your target number?
9. I got a 5 and a 19.
There
Nice.
we go.
Yeah.
So you guys hit exactly on 3 successes. I wish that 19 had been one number higher, but so you guys get your gear together. Sven and Greg look at the map, get an idea of where they're going, start to set out. Todd, the impression that Sven got, the strange vibration when he was in the air that rattled his teeth, the cold chill, that happens now again, but you all feel it. And to Sven's perception, it feels even stronger than it did before.
Oh, I got the willies there, folks.
Yeah, it's almost like you were hit with a wave of expanding dread energy.
I think even openly felt that one.
So everybody roll 1 challenge die. See if
So that's the
you
D6?
take 1 stress from a mental attack.
So that's the D6 ones, right?
Yes.
I got a 1.
So
I got a
that's
3.
3's nothing. 1 is 1 stress.
Fuck. Back to playing Alien again. Here we go.
1 is 1 stress.
Sven got a 1.
1 sweat bead drips down my forehead.
So Sven and Sarah both took stress. Now, do either of you have any courage?
In life,
No, in the game. I know the answer to the one in life.
Oprah does.
Sven has 2 courage.
Okay, so that would negate the stress for you, Todd.
Cool. So Sven does not feel stress. He's very happy.
That's nice.
He loves being in the middle of nowhere, France, at night in a thunderstorm while dark rituals are going on not far away.
I live on a fjord. my house number is 150. I live at Fjord 150.
God damn it.
So you set out towards the direction of where you hope the safe house is. When you're doing that, it takes you about an hour to get into the vicinity of St. Sulak. Up to now, the German presence in the area does not seem very remarkable. You spot a single patrol on the road when you're going in. Obviously, you guys are not on the road. You're moving cross country. The patrol, disappeared down the road. You were going the opposite direction. But when you're on the hill at the edge of the village, things are a little bit different. The village itself is very small. Intel suggests it's home to less than 100 people. The most notable building is the chateau, the stately chateau at the center that Sven spotted when he was falling from the sky.
I just picture it being so obvious, like the snake castle from Conan.
Yeah. I mean, it has Nazi...
Nothing to see here.
Yeah,
Castle Grayskull.
it has Nazi banners hanging from windows, so it is a bit on the nose. Of course, it is 1942.
Sure.
I mean, I see that all the time in Southern Illinois.
But, if not for the banners, it would look like a quaint and luxurious retreat, not far from Rennes. You can tell on one balcony there's an officer scanning the area with field glasses. An MG-42 crew sits behind a sandbag barrier, peering out occasionally while smoke from a can stove rises behind them. For those that may not know, an MG-42 is a German machine gun. It was used significantly during World War II.
Yeah, I've got one.
If you
Not
see
in a bad way.
If you see a German machine gun in a World War II movie, it's always the MG-42.
Oh, okay.
The most disturbing observation you make is that the German soldiers here are not regular Wehrmacht. The Black Sun have definitely taken over.
Do they wear little like hats that
Yeah.
look like suns, like
No.
kind of like bonnets or something? That'd be so fucking cute.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
No, they're
Cute in a bad Nazi way.
They're wearing masks that look like those fucking like rusty signs that your grandma has on her garden.
Right. It's it's the baby from Teletubbies.
Yeah.
They look like extras from The Wicker Man.
They are easily recognizable with uniforms showing their Black Sun insignia, prominent gas masks, and helmets. For them to have taken over the village so completely does not bode well. As you consider this, you notice a handful of scared-looking villagers being escorted at gunpoint into the chateau. So, you guys are on a hill. You can move on to the safe house. You know the direction because you made your roll. Or you can observe the area, try to go down and fight the Nazis.
I feel like we need to get to our contact.
Yeah.
And
I do
not
too.
dally.
What?
I just know what you're capable of.
We can investigate plenty once we've made contact. Maybe our contact can even give us all the answers we would have been seeking in the first place.
Yeah, and then we can just go home.
yeah, I
mean,
think it's
that's fair.
great.
Yeah.
Deciding that at the moment discretion is the better part of valor, the Section M team moves on towards the safe house. After a while, you come upon a field that you think is adjacent to the safe house. There's some cows moving around in the field. I mean, this is...
Cows, get them! We just open fire.
there is a man in the field, presumably French. You can hear him...
Get him!
This is 1942, so of course he's smoking a cigarette. You can hear him whispering French, cursing at the cows, frustrated apparently. Did your character speak French?
I speak English. Or I'm sorry, Sarah speaks English.
Greg only speaks English and Italian.
Sven has Norwegian and English.
Well, you can hear him cursing something.
Does the dog speak French?
Oh, let's see. He can bite.
So, knowing what the code phrase is supposed to be, Dan Gregg always has a cigarette kind of just loosely hanging from his lips, unlit. He might shift to kind of the front of the group and take a step closer to the man.
Always happy to throw you in front of us, Austin. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, so the guy, as far as you can tell, the guy does not realize you're there. I mean, it's dark outside, it's night, it's thundering. The rain's dropped off a little, but
Yeah.
All right. So then Greg's going to very subtly try to get his attention just by going,
he spins around. Sacre bleu! That's how all French people, when they're surprised, respond.
Get him! We open fire.
He stumbles back, looks like he's about to run, then he stops and peers at you in the darkness.
Greg takes his cigarette and holds it out in two fingers and says, "Hey, you wouldn't by any chance have a match, would you?"
He says something in French you don't understand, and then it says, "Parlez-vous français?" Your contact would definitely speak English.
Yeah.
This guy looks like a French farmer. He says, American? American?
How far away are we from this guy?
Like 20 feet.
Can we start to approach him?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Do you guys want to do that?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. I'm holding up my hands. Sarah is.
Ah.
The dog is on his hind legs holding up his paw. Sarah says, Dallas? Question mark.
Délice. No. Jean-Paul. Un moment. And he gestures for you to follow him.
Yeah, we follow him.
Yeah.
So he leads you guys through the cow pasture, through a fence. He closes behind you, leads you, down through
It'd be
some...
funny if it was like a corn maze. He's like, I've been growing this for so long. I just wanted to show someone.
It just takes you to shows you his art.
Reads us his screenplay.
I have been doing decoupage.
Screenplay entirely in French. We're like being polite.
Listen, it is about the ennui of life and the uselessness of existence.
It's very French.
So he leads you, through some between houses to to one of the possible sites of the safe house. Goes in, or he knocks on the door. It's open. You can see light from inside. He says something in French. Somebody answers. Another man appears at the door. Tall, dark-haired. He says, "Do you have any cigarettes?"
Greg holds up his own cigarette and says, "I only smoke Lucky Strikes."
Yeah, and the Surgeon General ain't said nothing bad about cigarettes so far.
Come on, fellas, get inside.
Thank you.
I'm a woman.
In,
And this is a dog.
in Norway, we give the children cigarettes when they are about 6 years old.
Do they?
Yes.
Is that canon?
Yes.
Norway canon.
So you guys pile into this farmhouse. Presumably the dark-haired man is your contact, Dallas. And he, of course, introduces himself as that. Says, do you have any trouble finding the place? Well, it is the middle of the night.
No, we're secret agents.
Yeah, we got a friend on our side who's particularly perceptive with this kind of terrain.
Yeah, this is my dog, Opally.
Well, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the funny guy over here.
Mr. Dallas, my name is Sven. I am magical.
I picture Sven has pockets full of glitter for these moments. He can throw it in the air.
He cast his prestidigitation.
He opens his field jacket and it's like gold lining in the inside, like fucking Siegfried and Roy.
You guys sit down around a table in this small French farmhouse with Dallas. He's wearing standard French civilian attire. His right side is dark and damp, and he's holding his hand over it. He gestures to it, says, almost didn't get the last transmission off. Some SS gentleman raided our safe house, but I was able to relocate, and I could see someone got my message.
Are you healing up all right?
Not at all, actually. I'm in incredible pain.
Do you want to pet me dog?
I do want to pet your dog, actually. Yeah.
Opally, get petted.
Yeah. So there's a half-empty bottle of schnapps on the table. I've been self-medicating. Jean-Paul has a resistance doctor coming soon to take a look at this. I think it's mostly stopped bleeding. So what's your plan?
So our friend Sven here already spotted something on our way down when we dropped. And Sven, you want to tell him about it?
It's a Nazi chalet.
Yeah, the chateau, right.
Yeah, the one brightly lit with Nazi flag.
Yeah.
That's
I
where
think there's something fishy about that house.
Yeah, so aside from the obvious signs of what's inside there, Sven had a feeling that maybe there was some kind of power emanating from this place, right?
I am very adept at connecting with the magical realm, and I felt a very dark energy coming from the chateau.
Okay. So
He's already just worn out with Smith.
He's already diving headfirst into like Burt Wonderstone.
It's it's being polite while your uncle shows you fucking card tricks. Like, yeah, okay, thanks, Martin.
So I don't know what they're doing. It's definitely not good. SS Standartenführer Roscoff Smythe. I've been trailing him all over France. He's been going to different locations, looking for arcane lore. He's done nothing like this. He's generally been traveling with a small group. He brought a whole company of Black Sun troopers to this village. They've been taking people inside the chateau over the last 24 hours. No idea why, but, I mean, have you guys felt the pulses?
I felt it very strongly. Let me tell you, back in Norway, there was this one time, we have sites that are sacred to Odin and Thor.
Okay.
And the Black Sun desecrated these, and so I took my bow. I have a bow. And I took my bow.
Dallas holds his glass out to Greg.
And I, one by one, I killed a whole company of Black Sun, and I found their leader, and I ripped her heart out, and then I hung them all from trees.
Oh, okay.
So
I used a combination of strength and magic. I can do spells.
No, it's
Spells.
that'll probably come in handy. How long has he been with you two?
For about 15 minutes.
You guys seem cool.
I've got a dog.
I'm going to be honest. This is my first mission for
Section M.
Project M, and
Sure.
I'm going to be honest. I've taken a lot of these briefings and things with whatever degree I can summon of credulity, but still can't say I really believe any of this bullshit.
Sure.
So, but
Oh, you used the word summon. Guess who else can summon things?
yeah.
I'm guessing you, Sven.
That's me, Sven.
But even as skeptical as I am, I gotta say I've been feeling something weird ever since we touched down.
Yeah, it's
yeah, we
odd.
got some stress out of it.
Yeah, look, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Smythe is planning, but whatever it is, the chateau is key. They've got the entrances locked down. Whatever they're doing, we need to interfere.
Is that the only Nazi stronghold in the place, or are they spread out in other places?
Yeah, that's it. Look, we're in the middle of nowhere. There's no military sites of significance around here. We're not even near any railheads. There's no ammunition depots. This is a farming village.
All right, so it's just you here, right? You have no support.
Look, there's some sympathizers here. There were a few members of the resistance with me. They did not make it when the SS raided where we were broadcasting from.
And the Black Suns got control of the village. Have you been able to spot any ways into the chateau undetected so far?
A direct assault is definitely out, but supposedly there are tunnels all underneath the village. Some of them lead into the chateau. I haven't been able to personally do any recon down there, but Jean-Paul and some of the other sympathizers indicate that there definitely are ways to get in.
Do the Nazis have any idea about these tunnels?
I don't think so. There's an entrance in a barn he told me about, not far from the chateau, and as far as I know, they haven't gone in there.
Is there a dog door?
I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. I doubt it.
He can use paper doors too.
So tell us about this barn.
It's a milk barn. It's just down the street from the chateau. According to Jean-Paul, there's a...
Barn shaped.
Yeah, it's shaped like a barn. There's a grate under an old milk truck. You move the milk truck, you can get in that way.
At this point, I'm going to reveal for our listeners a character beat I've created for Sarah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is not in her description, but she has this thing where she talks to her dog mentally.
Sure.
It's like a Son of Sam thing,
Right.
but not malicious.
I mean, this is Lovecraft. She could actually be talking to her dog.
It could be.
Yeah.
So Sarah looks down and squints at Operly and says,
Boy, we got ourselves into something this time, didn't we, Opally?
Operly,
God.
in her mind, squints back. Again, this is not Son of Sam. He's not going to tell her to
Sure.
murder people.
Yeah.
He goes, I need to urinate. But I can hold it for a little while.
Righto.
Okay, we can go back to the scene. I'm sorry.
No.
Sven finds this ability totally reasonable.
Does he feel a shudder come over?
Suddenly, Sven's like, Dallas, do you have a bathroom? I think I have to pee.
He's such an empath.
Yeah, there's an outhouse.
Yes.
So how long is it going to take
I'll be back.
How long is it going to take for Dallas to recuperate from his injuries? Would we gain anything by waiting on him?
I mean, he's been shot.
Yeah,
So-
we got 6 months to wait. It's fine.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then, what do you guys think? Should we make for this milk bar?
I am back from my piss, fellows.
Hello, Sven.
It's like, look, there
What
may
was
be...
the question?
I was hoping to make this decision without the fucking space cadet over here.
Something about milk.
Dallas looks at you guys and says, look, there may be other ways in. I haven't been here very long, but that's the one I know about. You might try to sneak into the chateau some way above ground. There's a lot of patrols. They've got snipers on the roofs.
I'm fine working off the intel we got.
Good luck.
I know you can't join us, but do you have any equipment that might help us along?
He pulls out a bazooka. No. No, he has he has a service revolver.
Okay.
He hands him the nuclear football.
We've carried this. We brought this from the future.
At this point, Dallas reveals his last name, Oppenheimer.
All right. So do you guys want to head to the barn?
Yes, I say we sneak into the barn. Sven likes sneaking.
Let's see. I would imagine Dallas might be able to help us at least fill in our map a little bit, where we might have a
Yeah.
more tactical view of the village.
Yeah, he can give you the directions you need to get to the barn and to try to avoid most of the patrols.
Can
Okay,
you send us one of these French fellas to lead us on the way? Maybe one of them even speaks the English.
Well, I don't know any of them that speak English, but Jean-Paul can take you to the barn.
Really, it's one of the most spoken languages in the world. But
Not in 1942 in the French countryside.
well, you just wait, because things are going to go right for the English speakings here come soon.
What about our fatigues? I assume we're in uniforms at this point, or
Oh,
are we
yeah,
dressed as French?
Let's just get not Nazi outfits. We'll find a dog-shaped one, and we'll just knock on the front door.
If you guys want to wait, the Resistance could probably get you some German uniform.
Oprah looks at it and says,
That is a foolish idea.
righto then.
Yeah, so I'm not looking for German uniforms, just any civilian clothes so that we may be able to keep as low a profile as possible.
Yeah, he talks to Jean-Paul, and they can get you some farmer's clothes.
Greg has a stealth skill of 2. Would we need to make stealth checks or anything in disguise, or are we pretty good if we've got disguises?
So if you're sneaking around, it's going to be agility plus stealth. A disguise wouldn't factor into it. A disguise might become relevant if you fail that and get stopped and they start asking you questions. Look, this is occupied France. German troops aren't just going to open up on French civilians in a French village.
Yeah.
They're going to stop them and question them.
Okay.
Now,
And
we
then
help-
open up.
Would
And
we
then
help our
shoot them.
chances if we split up at all?
I swear to God, if you guys keep trying to split up all the time, I'm going to fucking kill you. I don't know much about these games. I know rule number 1 is you never split up.
wait, is this where Todd and Austin run away?
Yeah, and they fucking die. And then it's just me trying to hold down the fort with my goddamn dog.
So
And when you know what? I'm not going to let one of y'all play my dog. If you die, Oprah is mine. I've got a voice and everything.
well, that's established. That's canon now. Now, masquerading as French civilians, you don't speak French, which will probably be a tip-off to the Germans.
Yeah, that's true.
But, to your advantage, it is night. There's a major storm going.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the barn sneakily as we
Yeah.
did before.
Schwench as we sneak.
So we're all dressed as French civilians, but we're still making our way stealthily to the barn.
Yeah. Dallas recommends
Oprah has a glass of wine and a baguette.
that. He blends right in. It's like somewhere he got a beret.
A
mean,
cigarette with a nicotine holder.
If Sarah's going to carry around a fucking boomerang, we can be as stereotypical.
So, cautiously, your team exits the farmhouse where Dallas was hiding. He should be reasonably safe there until the Resistance can get him somewhere else. The three of you start working your way around the village, with Jean-Paul leading you to the dairy barn where the milk truck is stored. You can see, German troops moving throughout the village. They seem to be quite alert. There are extra lights on in certain parts, on certain streets. The rain starts to fall even heavier, decreasing visibility. So if you stick to the shadows, it will definitely be easier to remain undetected. As you are considering your good fortune with the storm, you spot another group of somber villagers being led into the chateau, and the familiar pulse of a cold wind strikes your bones.
Zang.
Everybody make a will plus resilience test with a difficulty of 1.
Jesus, I don't have any of the skills you called for so
That's
far.
fantastic. So, Corey, you want to roll?
Will plus resilience. I've
Yep.
got a will of 8 and a resilience of 2. So
Okay.
target of 10. Got a 10 and an 11. Does hitting it exactly count?
I believe so, yes.
Hell yeah.
So, I only will roll 2 challenge die for you. 3 and 3. You're fine. Todd?
Yeah.
What, you should have a pretty decent will and resilience, right?
Sven's will is 9, and his resilience is 4, so
Yeah.
13.
There you go.
That's a 5 and a 19.
Ooh,
We're
getting
creeping
real
on
close
those
to the
20s.
complications. So,
But Austin's yet to roll.
Yeah.
6 and a 5. That's 2 stress, Todd.
Oh!
Todd, you guys are lurking through the darkness. This pulse hits you. Pain just shoots through your head, and you wipe your face. There's blood streaming down out of your nose. Austin?
All right. I have no resilience,
Nice.
but my
Love
will
it.
is a 7.
Love it.
Okay.
So here we go.
Can I help him in any way since he sucks?
Nah.
Or can my dog? Can the dog look at him and
Overly can.
Oprah Lee can look at him and do like one of those dog eyebrow things where we're just like, oh my God, why are you so cute?
And Greg just smiles.
Todd, what is your do you have courage?
Sven has courage of 2.
Yeah, we got to remember that because that means you take no stress.
Sven
know-
is still happy.
You know what? It's not surprising.
Sven is the best character. I don't know.
Well, he's
So,
happy-go-lucky.
so the dog is gonna to buttress Greg's courage.
Yeah, so to assist, I can pick some applicable skills.
Yeah.
But I just roll 1d20.
Yeah. So
So I've only got one chance to give him a little boost here. For Oprah Lee, I'm going to choose Will. Oprah Lee's got great will. It's at 9.
okay. But what's-
And resilience, I think, is the other one, which he has 1 of.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Okay, so I got to get under a 10 to help Austin.
Yes.
I got a 20. You know what? Austin, you're fucking cursed. I can't even help you.
So this is gonna
Does
increase.
that count as a complication?
Yeah, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. So the
Austin can't even be helped by a dog.
so
If he were blind, his dog would
dogs
walk
help-
him into traffic.
Dogs help everybody.
so you guys are crouched behind this low stone wall. You know, the kind of stereotypical stone wall you see in French villages in World War II movies.
Oh, yeah.
There's this rumble of thunder, and Operly is hunched up against Greg. Greg's patting his head, is like, oh, this feels better. And then there's this crack of lightning across the sky, and he can see Operly's face. The dog is obviously just fucking terrified.
Oh, no.
And Greg realizes, oh, if the dog is worried, I have really been underestimating this situation. So your difficulty is increased by 1.
Okay, so I've got to roll 2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
And his target number is 7.
Jesus. I don't know. Oh, God.
So I rolled a 6 and a 19.
Nice. So you got 1 success.
I did.
Well,
Means nothing.
Too bad that difficulty didn't get increased. So with a failure, it inflicts 3 challenge die of stress. And there was a complication, so it inflicts another one.
Jesus.
Wait. I thought the complication was increasing my difficulty.
Yeah.
And then more.
And then more. Whoa. Were you thinking that this is fair?
I mean, the game is called Cthulhu.
Have you been on this podcast?
And ACHTUNG.
You take 3 stress, sir.
Okay.
Do you have any courage?
No.
Good.
I tried.
Sven looks at Greg and goes, I'm just so happy to be here.
Sven is just like giggling like a psychopath.
Jesus.
Now,
Even the lady who talks to her dog is like, what the fuck is wrong with that?
to sneak to the dairy barn, I'll give you guys the option. You can roll individually, or you can do what we did previously, have one person roll and the other 2 assist. It's an agility plus stealth test. It's stormy, so it's only difficulty 1.
Okay.
So who has the best stealth? Is the question.
Sarah's got 11 stealth and agility. If that can, what do you guys have? Is
Like
that
that's your
better?
total?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That mine's just a 10.
Sven walks very loudly.
Just stomping my.
Because he's so happy.
He is.
I love life.
Like you're in France. It's dark. There's thunder and lightning. Rain's coming down in sheets. But in Sven's head, it's like there's dun 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 dun, 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 and it's bright and sunny.
I might meet Edith Piaf.
Yeah. The SS Black Sun Troopers are just skipping around the village arm in arm. Garlands around their neck. They're high-fiving Sven.
You fellas don't hear that Oompa band is playing? It's beautiful.
No, I just hear me dog talk.
All right. So then Corey will be making the stealth check. Can we assist?
You absolutely can. Yeah.
Yay.
So then I'm rolling 1 die and trying to beat a 10.
Yes, sir.
Because my agility is 8 and my stealth is 2.
There you go.
Here we go.
Oh, that's a 19.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a failure. It's not a complication at this point. So
Sven is going to use his insight, which is a 10, and his observation, which is a 1.
There you go.
So that's 11
Yeah,
for
you're
a
gonna-
target.
roll 1d20.
1d20. It's an 18.
God damn.
So
Eventually, it's going to be really good.
these guys are completely useless to Sarah and Oberly as they take the lead.
Just me and you, bud.
Now, they didn't roll any complications or anything, so it's still only difficulty 1.
Okay.
Does Operly at least get to roll as well?
Can
To
Operly assist?
assist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sven is totally useless. He's like, hey guys, you can see Cassiopeia. Pointing at the stars.
Big Dipper.
Operly is going to use his insight, which is a 10, and his observation, which is a 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dog, so he'd be able to spot patrols before
He's
you.
a good fucking
Yeah,
boy,
you can
Kyle.
smell them. Yeah.
7.
Nice.
Nice.
I assume he didn't have any focuses either.
Smell and taste. I don't know if that.
Absolutely, that'd be relevant.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he could smell the patrols coming and stop. So what was his observation?
3.
Okay, so he wouldn't have gotten, if he had gotten under a 3, it would have been a crit. But since he rolled a 7, just 1 success, which is still, still solid. So
Sure.
If you get one success, you'll at least generate a momentum here.
Okay, so I just got to get one success now.
Yes. When you're getting assisted on a skill, you have to have at least one success to count the others.
Okay. 12 and a 17.
Now you might want to talk about fortune. So every player has 3 fortune. You can spend one of them, and you can reroll any number of dice in your pool. So you could just reroll both those dice
For just one fortune?
for 1 fortune.
Okay, I'm going to do it. 10 and a 17. I needed an 11, so I got it.
Yeah. So Operly and Sarah are leading the team, and you're about to turn a corner, and Operly just starts backing up. Sarah's, trying to push him forward, and he turns around and just starts heading the other way. And so everybody, not sure what he's doing, follows him around, and then you just get into cover, and a demi platoon of SS troopers come marching down that side street, and you just barely miss them.
Good job there, Opally.
He licks your hand.
And says,
I do not wish for murder tonight. Not of myself.
Righto then, mate.
So you make it to after that platoon passes by, you guys sprint across the street, get into the barn through a back door.
Sven skips.
I was about to
Sven
say,
skips,
that's a
yeah.
scamper for Sven.
You don't want to light any of your flashlights because you're in a Nazi-occupied village. Working your way to where the truck should be, and near the front of the barn, you can hear some things being moved around, shoved around. Suddenly, there's light pouring in. The front barn doors just opened, and a squad of Black Sun SS troopers come waltzing in. This is not a raid or anything like that. It
Like
is,
literally doing the waltz.
yeah, literally waltzing.
This is a delightful Nazi campaign. Just lots of skipping and dancing.
That's how they look to Sven.
Dogs, yeah.
They're just, it's clear that these guys are coming in to get out of the rain, right? They're not expecting people to be in here. Weapons aren't ready. They come in. You guys have seconds. I assume you want to hide before you're noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
So this would be individual agility and stealth tests.
Great.
This will be an opposed test with them. They're going to be using their observation and their insight. So do you guys want me to roll first, or do you want to roll first?
I can roll first.
Oh, don't set the
fuck
tone.
over.
Now,
with.
I mean, I'll tell you that they have an insight of 6. They don't have observation.
All right. So I have an agility of 8 and stealth of 2. So I'm trying to beat a 10.
We just have to have one success
You need to get more successes than they do.
of all of them.
And I'm going to roll for them as a squad.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to roll for each individual trooper.
Right on.
All right. And you know what? I'm actually also going to spend a fortune, and I'm just going to make one of those die a 1.
Yeah, if you want to spend a fortune to make it a 1 to get 2 successes, you absolutely can.
That's a 4.
All right, so you got 3 successes.
Yeah.
Corey?
All right, my agility and stealth, I got to get under an 11. 17 and a 10, so I got 1.
Okay, so 1 success. Corey's heading.
My agility is 7. Stealth is 2. It's 9. Sven got a 6 and a 2.
Hey.
Killer.
Wow, so 2
Two
successes.
successes.
Power of positivity.
So there's 5 Black Sun SS guys. We'll say one of them just sits down, is not even looking at the barn. 4 others are. So 3 of them are going to assist one guy. So these are their assist rolls. Now, they don't have observation, so these are just, I'm looking for successes under insight. 1. They got 1 success off that, so that's the assist. The other guy, he's got 1 success.
What's his name?
Hans.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Standard 2d20 roll, right? I've got this big pile of threat. Let's just give him a die.
Oh,
Let's
geez.
give him another die. You know what? Mother.
Jesus.
We have angered the GM.
So you had like 8 to begin with, right? Or
Yeah.
the threat? Okay, so
So
now-
Kyle just spent 3 or 6 threat trying to fuck us over. That's got to give us some advancement points or something.
Why?
That's true.
Not as bad as it could be.
No. He got 1 success. So there's 2 successes. So Austin is hidden. Todd, how many successes did you get?
2.
You're hidden. Corey?
Uno. Can I roll for Operly?
If you want to roll for Upperly, yeah.
Is that going to help me?
I mean, Sarah is going to be found. So essentially how this is going to work, when the fight starts, they're going to be able to like have some advantage because they'll be striking from surprise.
Okay. Operly's agility is an 11, 12, and a 3. So 1 for Operly.
These guys are looking for places to get out of the rain. One guy turns a corner, and in a milk stall, Sarah and Operly are squatted down, and you hear him scream in German, and he jerks back the slide on this machine and pistol, lowers it. Ah!
Occupied.
And we're going to stop there tonight.
Oh.
So we
I
will,
was ready to mount Operly and ride him into battle.
so we'll open with a combat against these Black Sun SS guys next session.
Yay.
All right. Todd and Sven, I'm going to write this down so I remember. Sven and Greg are hidden.
Yeah, pretty fun so far. I'm enjoying the game.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. I love World
I don't
War II.
enjoy y'all. I'm just kidding. I don't even know why I said that. I'm sorry. y'all are some of my best friends I've ever had in my entire life.
That's definitely true.
Y'all are cute.
You're adorable.
Okay, we're gonna end it on that. We're gonna end it on that note.
I'm sorry. First time I've been around a dog in a while.
So yeah, this is Bastard Quest. We'd like to thank all our Patreon members.
Yeah, we got to throw. By the way, Dallas is also a Patreon member.
Yeah,
Dallas
yeah.
Gibson, thank you.
And so is Ross.
We didn't make you a
Smith.
Nazi because you spend more money than Ross.
Yeah, Standartenführer Roscoff Smith. If you'd like to defect to the Allies,
Yes.
maybe increase those Patreon dollars or send me a hat.
Yes, if you would like to spend money, just hit up our Patreon and you can support us financially.
Yes, please, yeah, it does help
And we'll
us out.
turn you into a Nazi.
Yeah, maybe not.
Where would they
Depends on-
find that?
Yeah. Patreon.com/BastardQuest. Thank you.
Yeah, we do have some cool stuff coming from our Patreon members.
Yeah.
We recorded a review of the Batman.
Yeah.
And I'm going to record an episode of me just reading the Riffs book. So everybody's going to love that. No, we're not going to do that. Well, I don't know. Actually, it sounds pretty funny.
I was
going to
do a dramatic reading.
a dramatic reading of the Riffs book. It's always a dramatic reading.
But you can follow us on all the social media places, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, just search Bastard Quest, all one word.
Yeah.
By the way.
And if you're listening to us, whether it's on Apple,
Norway.
Spotify, whatever, rate us and leave us comments.
Yeah,
we would
please
love
do.
to hear from you.
Yeah, and just tell us how good we are.
I feel like our Scandinavian listeners are going to, those numbers are going to shoot way up after this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you hear the Norwegian on the Bastard Quest?
We're going to be the #1 podcast in Oslo. We'd also like to thank our one and only sponsor, Barrel and Bond, located at, I believe it's 100 Broadway in beautiful downtown Paducah. They have lots of bourbon and a man named Fish.
Best bourbon bar in the whole
Kentucky.
fucking cosmos.
I'll say it.
Yep. They're there. And also, if you're listening, you're like, man, I would like to hear those guys say the name of my business. Well, hell, you can sponsor us too.
Give us things.
Yes, for the small price of $175,000, you can sponsor Bastard Quest.
Which is exactly how far in the hole we are at this point.
It's actually a fraction of what a Super Bowl ad costs, so
That's-
I think it's a bargain.
Thank you for listening to Bastard Quest.
Yes, thank you.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Kari.
I'm Austin.
Yeah, you listen to the